Fascinating. Grant us the gift of nocturnal stealth? What could that mean? Who are you? Hey, get away from me!
Get her! Get her!
Ah, shit, fuck, she fucking bit me. God damn it.
Grab those papers. They might be important.
I got him. Fuck, God, can I kill her?
No. We don't want the neighbors to hear, and she's wanted alive, remember?
Fuck this.
Let's get out of here.
Eddie, while you're driving left out of this apartment complex and going down the highway that's running along the Charles River, you look in your rear view mirror and you see the police car pull out of the lot and begin to follow Reed and Haney. And Scott, you happen to look in the side mirror and see this as well, because your alertnesses are both really high, so you just noticed this.
Shit.
What do you guys want to do?
Eddie, stop following that pig.
Wait, we're following him? I thought he was following us.
No, the police officer is following Haney and Reed.
Yeah, so I'll look to Eddie from the passenger seat, and I'm going to look to him and say, stay on his tail. Not too far up, though. Don't want him to get antsy. And as he says that, he's going to pull his revolver from the back of his pants and check the cylinder, make sure all 5 rounds are loaded, snap it shut. You know, this is a little bit familiar.
Hey, you're not gonna kill a cop, right? You wouldn't.
That depends on him.
You alright, man?
I've not been alright since 1970, no.
Eddie's gonna just look back towards the road.
Do you turn the car around and follow and trail behind the police officer?
I'm gonna trail like 3 cars back from him.
That's easy enough to do. Because, Matthew Reed, you had seen that the police car pulled out of the lot and is now following behind you. The lights come on the car behind to ask you to pull over.
After noticing the cop car, Reed turns to Haney and goes, "You have a fake identity, anything of that sort?"
I have my old badge with me, but that's about it.
Well, I guess that'll be enough. From now on, just call me Dominic, okay?
All right, Dominic.
And with a look in the back mirror, Reed actually pulls, signals to turn onto the, little bit of a sidewalk or maybe like a parking situation to park, and waits.
Eddie is gonna pull over as soon as he does.
Are you gonna pull over in the same lot, or?
No, I'm gonna pull
to
over
the side of the road,
a couple cars back. As long as there is room to pull over,
I'd say there'd be another parking lot for another building you could pull over, because when you pull over, Reed, the cop car does pull up behind you, and the car cuts off, and the officer who had been watching the apartment gets out, walks up.
Yeah, I roll my windows down, the fake FBI badge already in hand.
Yeah, and as he approaches and he's about to say license and he stops speaking.
Yeah, hey officer. And Reed just places one elbow on the opened window, looks out, gives him a really bright smile, and says, "Couldn't help but notice you've been following. Anything I can help you with?"
You mind if I take this real quick so I can take a look?
Yeah, sure. I just hand it to him.
Yeah, he takes it. He looks at it, looks it up and down, looks at you. Can I see your license and registration, please?
Absolutely. I'm gonna go into my pocket, you know how it goes, and slowly like pull open my jacket
And then as you're doing that, he says, FBI from DC, huh?
Yep. Just following up, trying to get into contact with someone who's hopefully gonna help us with an ongoing investigation.
It's interesting. They didn't tell me one of you boys would be coming out here. I pulled you over because I saw you speaking to another individual, and what looked like you were doing was some sort of a brush pass, if you know what I'm talking about. And Haney, you know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
A smooth hand-to-hand motion that was done, which had occurred earlier between Scott and Reed when Reed handed the earpiece over. That was what the cop clocked.
Oh, yeah, that was a friend of mine. Oh, rather colleague, let's say. So,
you handed in the license and registration, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Seeing as you've been, keep a close eye on this. Is everything all right with, the professor who lives there? We scheduled a meeting a bit before, a few days prior. Just shrugs. Couldn't get into contact with her. She was supposed to be here at... What time is it right now?
We're gonna say that at this point it's about 4:30, 4:45. It's going to be like into the evening time, since you guys, you got there at 3.
She was supposed to be like starting an hour ago. She was supposed to help us go over some case for us.
He's looking at your license and registration and your FBI badge, and he closes the badge up, hands it over to you, and he says, give me a moment, I'm gonna go check something real quick, if you don't mind. And he holds up your license registration.
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Walks back to the police car and gets in, shuts the door. You both are sitting there, and Eddie and Scott, from your position, you can see this exchange go down. You're further away, you can't hear anything that's said, but you can see that there's an exchange of documents, and
Haney's gonna turn to Reed and say, are those documents gonna hold up?
Yeah, I wouldn't have handed them over if they wouldn't hold up. Good friend of mine does this a lot, using different identification provided by either my agency or my friend for these cases. Never failed. Just gotta watch out and not use them too often.
Right.
So some time goes by. Let's say about maybe 10 minutes goes by. Computers and cars are slow, And he gets out, walks back over to you, and he gives you back the license and registration in the name of Dominic Bradford and says, so I guess maybe things with DC are a little bit slower, but my office wasn't told that anybody would be coming by to investigate or to take a look at things. What all do you know?
Well, to be clear, sir, we're here to have a meeting with Dr. Clark. We're just about as much in the dark as you are. We had a appointment scheduled with her for about an hour ago that she didn't show up for.
Yeah.
So we were actually hoping you could give us some information.
She's been reported missing since early this morning, late last night. Really hard to tell. Neighbors heard gunshots at some point. A little bit of screaming. She didn't come into work today. I know that much. Her department head called in and, asked for a wellness check. We came by and there were signs of a struggle, which I guess if you all were there, which, by the way, it would probably be nice if you guys all came in and linked up with my office, with my department, so that way you guys could be on the same page.
Happy to. Yeah, we'll drop by soon. I'm curious, did you find any, you said there were gunshots, did you find any residue, any shell casings? I didn't see anything on a cursory glance myself. Obviously we didn't.
They didn't tell me very much other than to keep an eye on the apartment to see if anybody came back. What I do know is that what did happen is nothing happened in the apartment, but I'm sure you all saw that. It likely happened outside. I do know that they collected fingerprints. They did collect shell casings. That's why you didn't see anything outside. Likely the shooting occurred outside, likely to scare, if anything.
Yeah, you didn't find any blood splatter, anything like that?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
But really, you guys should, like I said, if you want to pull resources together.
We'll pop by. Can you let us know whereabouts your office is at, your station?
Yeah, and he gives you the address.
And we'll drop by soon.
Yeah, I'm terribly sorry. We didn't know anything like that was going on. We were just thinking we'd be coming here, checking in with her. She was supposed to help us with an ongoing case, like translate some
She's
stuff.
done some consulting with us, so we're.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is a shock to us as well.
They said she was like a language person, but I don't know what she was really studying.
Yep.
Is it Russians? Soviets?
No. She does more like Greek, Latin, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's
old classical languages.
Real fancy stuff. Gotcha. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real academic type.
Nothing a normal citizen would know
Yeah,
anything
no commie
about.
stuff.
Yeah, it's not like. Let's be real. Who the fuck's gonna speak any of these fancy European language type shit, right?
Right. No, that makes sense. The officer slaps the top of your vehicle and says, "All right, just make sure you let us know if you're coming by again, or at least let me know. That's my job, unfortunately."
Yeah. Could you give us your card or anything just so that we know who we're talking to?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of
station?
course, absolutely. Can I get a card of yours?
Oh, for sure.
And you hand over a card that says Dominic Bradford, FBI.
There's a number for a burner phone.
Yeah, which that number actually leads back to a Kim Steitel, who you do know does speak perfect English for such occasions.
Okay, sure.
Appreciate the card. And you take his card, and it says his name is Mark Green on it.
I appreciate you checking up on this. We'll talk with the office down DC, and maybe we'll be even gone by today if we can't even reach her. Don't want to butt into your investigation.
Appreciate that. And you boys be careful, all right?
Yeah,
Will do.
will do.
Have a great day.
Yeah, he walks back to his police car. You guys wait. He starts it up, and he pulls out, and he gets back onto the highway and is going the opposite direction. So, Scott, Eddie, while you are seeing this go down, while you're seeing this being dealt with, what do you guys do in the meantime?
Well, Eddie could clearly see there's been a change in Scott since, what's it been, like a year?
Yeah.
Since I last seen him. Hey, so, what's been going on?
And Scott, for his part, he's not even looking at Eddie. He's staring out the rear window, just like a hawk at the cop, and then Reed and Haney's car. Just kind of offhandedly looks at it and says, "Oh, nothing much, just the usual."
What's the usual?
You really want to know, Eddie, or are you just making idle chit chat?
You seem different.
I could say the same about you, Eddie. You seem, how can I put it, a little tense, a little off. You're always tightly wound, but, something happened to you over the past few months since, that last little foray into Pennsylvania?
Couple things. I got a kid coming.
Yeah, Scott is actually a little bit taken aback by that, and he does look, he's like, wait, what?
Yeah. I'm gonna be a dad.
Jesus. Is your head gonna be in the game, Eddie? Last thing I need is to have you being distracted by the thought of not getting back to your kid or getting back to him in some fucked up state.
I'm gonna get back to that kid.
All right. Good. Well, you just keep listening to me and we will, all right?
What about you?
Well, I guess if we're putting all our cards on the table, I got a girl back home, yeah? Good girl. And it's been rough, Eddie. It's been rough having to deal with all of life's disappointments, all of the times I've had to deal with people pissing down my fucking leg and telling me it's rain. That's all changing now, Eddie. It's all changing. Things are gonna get better, and we're gonna help them get better. And moreover, all this shit going on now, We are gonna get through it, you and me, together. All you gotta do is follow my lead and do what needs to be done and keep your head in the game, alright?
You on something, man?
No, just, seeing with more clarity. You know, I think I've actually been kind of depressed these past few years, ever since I've been having to waste my talents at a small town public library, but gotta admit, as much as it's been utter hell dealing with the shit in Kansas and then again in Pennsylvania, losing, well, it's given me clarity of vision and clarity of purpose.
And he's watching the cop go back to the vehicle with the stuff. Yeah, I had a trip too. I was dealing with a lot of stress, and things got better. I saw a shrink. That really helped.
You saw a shrink. What happened to be a particularly tall, heavy-set individual whom we are both acquainted with?
Perhaps.
And how'd that go?
Dramatic to say the least. I think it worked though. Took some time out for myself, went hunting. You go hunting before?
Once or twice with my father before we stopped talking to one another.
Give me a human roll on Eddie, and Eddie, if you want to oppose that, you can.
Yep. See if he's
meeting each other.
I don't know.
Do you want to oppose it or no?
We're kind of friendly at this point. I don't mind telling him shit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nope, failure. 98 over 65.
Yeah, whatever traumatic event he's referring to, sometimes he's maybe not ready to open up about that to you, and that's understandable.
Yeah, I think, especially with that kind of failure, that 98, Scott's not going to question it further because, in his mind, Eddie's too simple to lie.
And Eddie, you see the police officer get out of the car after you guys have been talking, and he seems to be walking back to Reed's vehicle.
Eddie's gonna watch him for a sec, stay quiet, and then think on everything that you said. So who do you think's below you?
Well, there's a long list, Eddie.
Am I on that list?
I don't know. You've proven yourself to be strong, useful. I think in a lot of ways you are valuable, Eddie, to me.
You are too, Scott. I gotta say, I'm still not quite over Vince. Feel pretty bad about what happened.
Well, what happened. There's no going back and there's no redoing it. Only thing to do now is to keep moving forward.
I know Haney's kind of proven himself to be useful if he's in the right headspace and not blowing a fucking cover. I just don't want the same shit to happen to him. I don't need more of that.
It makes me wonder. You say you got a kid on the way, but Haney has kids, 3 of them, and a wife. Why the hell does he want to come out here and do this? I think he gets off on it.
Eddie wants to reply to that, but when you bring up the fact that he has kids, it hits him. And he goes back to that time when he was in Haney's house and saw him and his family in his photo when his hands were trembling and he had to hold his arm to stop shaking. And he thinks on it and he realizes that he's doing the exact same thing now. And he's paused, he's frozen, he's silent. He's staring out into nothing.
You both see the cop is walking back now from Reed's vehicle, and he gets into his car and he drives back onto the highway and goes down back the opposite way, presumably back towards the apartment complex. And now the timelines are matched up.
All right. Well, it looks like we're not making bacon today.
Eddie's still quiet, still not responding. He's going over and over on that thought.
Noticing that, this guy's gonna start snapping his fingers. Hey, I am the ball, Eddie. Come on. Piggy's leaving. Reed and Haney are clear.
Eddie feels something come up in his stomach and swallow it back down. I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry. I think Haney just wants to be useful, man. I think he just wants that action again.
You think that? Huh. Well...
Yeah. I think Haney's the type who just wants to help people any way he can.
Oh, well, you can start by helping us and getting this done as quickly and painlessly as possible.
Looks like that cop's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie's gonna roll up his vehicle to the side of Reed and Haney's and bump Scott to roll down his window.
Reed, you see Scott and Eddie pull up, and you put your window down, I guess? Or was it already down still?
Oh, it's still
Okay.
down, and he is just getting another cigarette.
Well, I guess things went smoothly then.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Always best to de-escalate before little men who think they have a lot of authority try to escalate situations.
To the Boston Police Department, this is Dominic Bradwell, right?
Bradford.
Bradford from the FBI. And we were here to have a consultant meeting with Dr. Laura Clark that she didn't show for. It was about an hour ago, and that's why we were at her building.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the story at the moment.
Well then, Mr. Reed, should I say Dominic?
His credentials held up,
Huh.
so...
Well, isn't that interesting? You know, Reed, I don't think we ever heard from you. What is it that you do?
Oh, well, as I said last time, a lot of spy stuff. Mostly sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes going into people's apartments.
Shoot anyone before?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Alright.
whatever it is the man does, he's good at it. And we're all here to do the same fucking job. It doesn't really matter what we do in our spare time. It just matters that we get this done. We find this woman or find out what happened to her. She didn't show up to work today. That's what the cops said. Apparently there were gunshots heard by her neighbors, but there's no blood splatter, so the assumption they have is that the gun was shot to scare her, that she's not been hurt, or at least wasn't at the time. So, I mean, if 3 sets of people, I mean, you saw 3 sets of boot prints, right? If 3 people pulled her out and they also needed to shoot a gun to scare her, that's a tough woman. So, hopefully she's still kicking if she's got that much fight in her.
I reckon they want something out of her. And
Yeah.
cops said they probably took her either during the night or in the morning hours. Which is kind of odd since...
Pretty big window.
Yeah, pretty big window, and the neighbors said they had heard gunshots, but they should be able to pinpoint them a bit more. Maybe he also just didn't want to tell us.
Yeah.
So
I figure they're not giving us all the information unless we go down there and connect with them properly, which I'd rather avoid doing until we all have some sort of set story.
So they heard gunshots, but we saw no casings in there or
Well, the
bullet
police
holes,
already
right?
took them.
They took them,
Oh,
but they
they
also
took
said that the shots were outside the apartment.
That's interesting.
So, my guess is that they dragged her out and she was still fighting and they needed her to shut the fuck up. So they shot the gun near her feet or in the air or whatever the hell.
Well, then we should have seen maybe bullet holes outside, unless they shot them in
I
the
mean,
air.
we
right?
didn't look, really. But also they could have shot it in the air for sure.
Yeah, I also would really like to avoid going back. I think we have...
He seems to have gone back in that
Well,
direction.
if they saw bullet holes outside, they would have closed off the street,
Not necessarily. No,
or we would have seen a marker there at least.
maybe. I mean, they said that they've already picked up the casings. So,
That's strange, don't you think? An active crime scene. And they pick up all the casings, they clean it up like that?
it's a
do they
place
do
where
that?
people live. I mean, they kind of have to. It's the people coming in and out. They're gonna mess with it. That's typical. That's not abnormal.
Yeah, Scott and Eddie, there's a level of focus you can see with Haney that you did not witness a year ago. A year ago, he was just a man trusted to deliver you information. And granted, he kind of ingratiated himself and made him part of the opera at that point. But now, almost a year later, I mean, the man's lost a little bit of weight. He's a lot more sure of himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's different now. At least he seems that way.
So, do we want to split up? Do we proceed as a complete team?
All right, who goes where?
I would love to call my contact to let them know that a possible police call is going to be coming in.
Glasses, Soldier Boy. Do you guys have any sort of false credentials? I don't. I have my actual Master Trooper credentials.
The gentleman on the other end of the phone didn't give me my time to get together my papers.
I got one.
How solid is it, and what is it for?
I got a military police badge.
Will it hold up?
I mean, it's kind of awkward using that in the public, to be honest. But it's some form of authority. I could flash it at someone who doesn't know shit.
Well, we're trying to figure
hope they
out
don't call
who
it
can
in.
go into the police station.
Eddie, give me a luck roll to
Yeah.
see whether or not that MP badge is actually expired or not at this point.
Ay,
Yikes.
yikes.
MP badge won't hold up to any paperwork, but if I flash it at someone who's an idiot, they'll probably
All right.
buy
Well,
it.
we're dealing with police, so they're not idiots.
Yeah, that's what I expect. I mean, if we're going into a police station, they're gonna run
Yeah.
the
So you
numbers.
two aren't coming in, is what we've determined.
I mean, you're like a former trooper. You go there.
Yeah,
you
I'm probably
deal with that
fine.
shit.
We're probably fine, the two of us.
I mean, we two already got kind of burned.
Yeah, you already talked to the police officer. They're
Well,
expecting you.
Yeah,
Dave-
with respect to us, maybe her school you could go to. I mean, we don't have a lot of avenues. I mean, we know where she worked, so we know some of the research she was doing, I guess.
Well, if we need to go to Harvard, hey, you're looking at a PhD right here. I know how to talk to these little failures that couldn't make it into Yale or Miskatonic.
I mean,
All right.
All right,
sounds
there you go.
perfect. Yeah.
So it sounds like Scott and possibly Eddie, and if you guys are planning on splitting up, are gonna go to Harvard, and Reed and Haney actually go to the police department, or
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Reed wouldn't instantly go because he said.
Yeah,
he'll-
we'll take time.
We'll take time. He needs to call his contact, and also it will be a perfect diner scene.
Yes, I was about to suggest.
Oh.
I was about to suggest Haney, like, they'd pull up the window and he'd be like, I mean, I'm kind of hungry. I'm kind of peckish. How you feeling?
Could go for a meal. Yeah, sure, absolutely.
All
we need to
right.
stall for a time, so
Right,
That's
that's what I was thinking. We could go over, maybe go to like a library or something, look up that lady, see if we can get any basic info before we go to the police and try to pretend we know her.
could also, when I do call my contact, we have the number for Geraldine. I think we should maybe call him, let him know that she's been compromised.
Yeah, all right, we can do that.
there are many diners in Cambridge, as you will all soon discover. After you all depart to the appropriate destinations, Scott, while you look down upon Harvard as being a lesser institute of learning, you would know roughly where to go. You have been on this campus before in the past. So in your particular case, you realize it would make sense to start with where her office would be located. So naturally, Eddie would park the car in a guest parking lot, and it is going to be near the end of the academic year. You realize finals are probably happening this week or next week. So the campus is at this point devoid of most student life, but there are still people on campus. So you guys pull up into a lot, and Scott, you now have a rough idea of where you're going. You find your way into one of the academic buildings. At the same time, to kind of like parallel this, Reed and Haney, you all find there are many different kinds of diners. You pick one. You just pick one. There is a payphone outside of the diner. There would be one inside as well. It just depends on how you want to make the calls, Mr. Reed, or how you guys want to do that.
While we're parking and noticing the phone, Reed says, "Oh, I'd rather call my contact before the cop gets a funny idea and calls first."
All right, I'll go in and get us a table. Geese, get us some waters. Do you want a coffee?
Yeah, coffee would be perfect. And he
All right.
looks over, looks inside, and then just says, "Oh, maybe
I can get us a booth, maybe back corner.
that sounds good." Let me just while I make those calls, mind ordering me a chicken fried steak?
All right, yep, that's fine.
Yeah, and Haney, you head inside of the diner, and Reed, you watch him disappear through the glass door, and you're now at this payphone. Who are you calling first?
Well, first I'm gonna call Achim, my contact.
Okay. Yeah, so it rings a few times, and Achim picks up and says,
Hübsche Sterne im Nachthimmel, Achim. Right?
My favorite non-German American. How you doing, Mr. Reed?
Doing well. Listen, I'm using the Bradford that you made for me. If there's gonna be an oncoming call, just letting you know, Boston Police has the number. Just, let me know if they call. Tell them you're busy. Told them we were following up on a case and a woman has gone missing, which we didn't know before. So I think that's the gist of it.
so he didn't say anything that whole time, but you could hear the audible sound of a pen writing on paper, like he's writing on a notepad. You know him to do this. Whenever messages have had to be exchanged, he's a great listener. And he says,
Got it. Anything else I need to know, Mr. Reed?
Oh, honestly, no, not really. Should be everything. I shouldn't be telling you too much.
You gonna need any new identities made soon?
It depends on how all of this goes. I'll let you know if I do need one. Appreciate it. So,
Okay. Coy as ever, Mr. Reed. Coy as ever. But I understand. You let me know, okay? And I'll keep an eye out for any inquiries from the Boston Police Department, alright?
okay. Just one thing, almost forgot that. I am working with and Reed almost does air quotations, but then remembers he's on the fucking phone. So, say I'm working with a partner of mine. Name's Haney. If they ask.
you hear more scribbling of the notepad, and he says,
Harley, Haney, Haney.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Haven't seen his name written down, but
Okay. Understood. Harley Haney, associate to Dominic Bradford. Are they gonna find anything on him?
they are, absolutely. He is and he thinks for a second. He has a badge of a Master Trooper.
Where from? Thereabouts.
Did I see that on the badge?
yeah,
Okay. Kansas.
Interesting.
Out of the waters currently, so
Yeah. Okay. So I may have to spin this as a consultation thing. Understood. Got it. Anything else, Mr. Reed?
let's meet up for a beer after all of this, right?
Usual spot?
Usual spot. They serve some nice Stuttgarter Hofbräu. That's alright stuff.
Sounds good. And you owe me two, by the way.
and he hangs up at that point.
Alright, yeah. Reed smiles and then calls one of the numbers for Carradine.
Let me make that roll. There's no answer on the first call, so you know to wait 5 minutes. So, do you plan to keep calling until he answers, or are you just going to do one more time?
I'm just gonna do it one more time and then I'm gonna do it after the food because I don't want to keep Haney from waiting too long.
So, you wait the requisite 5 minutes, you call the second number on the list, and after a few rings, it picks up.
Ah, nice.
Who am I speaking with?
Reed here.
What do you have to report, Mr. Reed?
I'm gonna make this quick. This is not a secure line. I'm on a payphone.
Okay, go ahead.
She is currently missing. Quite surely has been kidnapped. Cops are already in the case. We're gonna try to get a buy-in from the cops for my FBI identity.
This is very good, but also very troubling.
Absolutely. We have found possible connection to the unnatural, so we will be following up on that lead. That is all that I can report.
Understood. I'll talk to my superior in the group and let them know. For now, keep investigating and see where the leads take you. Let me know if anything serious comes up. I'm gonna try and see what she was working on, if that helps your investigation.
Appreciate it. Absolutely. Do you have any more information on her that you are permitted to share? Just so we can make this a bit more plausible, we have told the police who was watching the apartment, who was watching us. Well.
Did they make you?
We've made contact with the police and told them that she was a consultant for us and missed an appointment with us.
I think I can make that work, if anything
Okay.
comes up.
Wonderful.
As for anything else, I have to get back to you on that. It's only been a few hours since we spoke. And I do have a regular day job, Mr. Reed.
Don't we all?
I'll move this to the top of the pile since it's an active missing person. Are you staying at the hotel?
I appreciate that. We will probably be staying at the hotel, yes.
Okay. I'll call back the room as soon as I can. It may not be today, could possibly be tomorrow. I'll do what I can.
Appreciate it.
Good hunting.
And he hangs up. We're going to say that you head into the diner at this point. You meet up with Haney, who is sitting in a booth in the back corner, and there's a cup of coffee waiting for you. Haney had gone ahead and ordered some coffee.
And a chicken fried steak.
Yeah, that hasn't come out yet. But Haney, what would you get to eat?
Haney got himself a, what is it called? Like a big breakfast. So it's like a breakfast platter. So it's got hash browns, bacon, pancakes.
Yeah, it's a breakfast all day joint.
Yeah.
So not a problem. And meanwhile, back over at Bolston Hall, the building containing the language department, Scott and Eddie. Give me charisma times 5 rolls. And then, Scott, I believe in your case, that's at a negative 10.
Oh, boy. That is correct.
Due to
that is 100%
your megalomania and you being a cunt. So...
yeah, my entirely rancid vibes. Failure, 59 over 40.
Success, 35 under 60.
Yeah, Scott, for whatever reason, you're trying to just ascertain the location of Dr. Clark's office. You approach a few students. In one case, a group of female students. There's 2 or 3 of them. And you try to approach them and talk to them. And one of them just immediately is just like, ugh. And then one of them, and then you try to talk to them and they basically ignore you pretty much. And Eddie, something about your New York charm kind of comes through a little bit better. You have a little bit more success talking to
my swole pecs and biceps.
Yeah, you.
I was gonna say, yeah, Eddie is much better looking than Scott is.
You walk up to a group of 3 students. There's 1 girl, 2 guys among them, and they point you in the direction of Dr. Clark's office, and you 2 meet back up and head in that direction.
All right. Yeah, Scott is visibly pissed off.
Anything you guys want to say on the way there?
No.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll talk to you.
Scott's like, shut the fuck up, Eddie.
Oh man, okay. So you get to her office in Boston Hall. It's going to be late, but you can see that there's 2 research assistants that are here. The door's open if you guys just wanted to walk in.
Yeah,
I
think Scott will.
No guns out this time, bud.
No, he still has it on him, but he's not pulling it out. But he's gonna walk in and just kind of like stride on through, like just expecting Eddie will follow behind him.
Yeah, I don't know what to do at this point here, so I'm just going to let him take the lead.
All right, I guess my immediate thing is do a search check. I guess what would it be to kind of like just do a quick once over the room? Would that be a search or would that be an alertness? Just kind of like scanning around.
That would be alertness. What are you looking for in particular?
I'm looking for anything that fits with that little bit of a poem I picked up in her apartment. Alternatively, looking for anything that jumps out to me as being clearly about like dead languages or like any sort of language that is obscure, possibly like even like a cipher book.
Eddie's gonna ask Scott, "Hey, what should I be looking for in here?"
You should be looking out for any campus police that come in here snooping. Unless you suddenly learned how to read ancient Greek in the past year.
All right, I'll leave it to you. Eddie, you'll go and stand outside.
Yeah, and Scott, I'll do the alertness. Success of 40 under 67.
You want me to roll alertness, staying outside?
You won't need to in your particular case. Your alertness is high enough. You have a 72. But if you're going to be posted up outside of her office, you just lean against the wall. You put 1 foot up against the wall, kind of bent, and you're just relaxed looking around. Nothing really right now. It's later in the evening, Eddie, so there's some students that are moving about and some people that look like faculty or staff, but nobody's, really stopping you. Scott, inside of the office, one of the research assistants looks up at you and says, "Oh, hey, are you looking for Dr. Clark? Did you hear? You haven't heard, have you? It's this younger looking girl, probably, she has to be like fucking 19 or 20 years old, and blonde hair, looks like an absolute nerd.
Yeah. Man, I like, beyond the players getting icky vibes, Scott being anywhere around anybody, but no, it's, yeah, Scott will put on a smile and say, "Nah, I'm just in from Occam. Dr. Scott Macallan. I'm with the history department, Miss Katana University."
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, Dr. Macallan, but Dr. Clark has gone missing.
No. Are you serious? That's terrible.
Police came by. They said it may have been a kidnapping or something like that.
Oh my God, that's awful. Oh my, wow.
Yeah. So so clearly, unfortunately, she's not here. But the work continues. And she lifts a finger up in the air and sounds kind of nervous as she says that.
Yeah, Scott's gonna kind of put one finger up as well, and he says, "Yeah, so last we talked on the phone. Now, granted, this was about 2 days ago, but he said I could come into her office even if she weren't in, because there was a particular manuscript that we were going to be collaborating on together. Do you know anything about that? Did she tell you anything?"
No. She at least she didn't say anything to me, right, Gail? And she looks to the other research assistant, who is also another woman, and they look between each other, and Gail shakes her head no, and the girl you're talking to, she basically says, "No, nothing like that." And that guy you were talking to earlier out there, he's not one of them, right?
You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific with them, sweetheart.
He's not like one of those skinheads, right?
The mention of skinheads, Scott kind of paused, like that gets his attention. No. You saying there's skinheads coming around threatening Dr. Clark?
They weren't, I don't think they were threatening her, but they were kind of scary. Like, just this group of skinheads, like, you could definitely tell who they were. They weren't trying to hide their tattoos, or they had these, like, horrible looking patches on their vests. They were just always, lately they've been hanging around the building here.
And campus security hasn't run them off?
I mean, they have, but they just don't seem to care. They would, at least from what I saw, I stayed away from them. That guy you were talking to is not one of them, right?
No, he's not. He's actually my research assistant. He's a GI Bill guy.
Yeah, she looks past you to look out into the hall, and Eddie, you're kind of leaned up against by the door frame, and she just looks around, looks back at Scott, and says, "Okay, look, the campus police have been kind of useless, really. I mean, they keep coming back,
Mm-hmm, that sounds about right, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's this guy, right? He's been trying to keep them off campus, like, doing all efforts he can, trying to speak up about it, but even he's not getting anywhere. He's doing more than the campus police can, but he's not really, it's bad."
This guy, you got a name for him? Because, if this has anything to do with Dr. Clark, I'm going to help out any way I can.
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, look, I don't mind doing all this work, but it would really be great to have her back, and I don't know the police haven't really said anything to us. We don't really know very much. I think they're just trying to not tell us anything, Oh, I'm sorry. You asked who, his name is, she snaps her fingers. Gail. What's his name? Is that Pierce, right? And Gail from across the room says, "Mitchell Pierce." Oh, Mitchell Pierce, that's right. Yeah. Real vocal guy around here, campus organizer, one of those types. And the girl who you haven't asked for her name, and why would you care to ask for her name? Because you're better than her.
Absolutely not.
She says, yeah, he's done a lot of organizing efforts. He's done flyering campaigns. Like, they're just not a good look.
No, if it were up to me, every last one of them would have been hanged in Nuremberg back in 45. But
her eyes go a little wide.
We don't live in a perfect world.
But yeah, in your whole time looking in here, Scott, nothing seems to really jump out at you as having an unnatural lean to it. Nothing that's like visibly laid out anyways.
Yeah, before I go, I'm going to look to I'm actually going to look away from the girl I've been speaking most. I'm going to look to Gail, because in Scott's mind, at least, she's a little bit more with it. Gail, was it?
Yeah.
Question for you. The night before she disappeared, did you see Dr. Clark take anything with her from the office? Like any, substantial amount of papers or, book or anything like that?
She looks like she's thinking for a moment, and then she says, no, not that I could think of. And then the other nameless research assistant, she says, Dr. Macallan, give me just 1 second. And you see her drawing something on a piece of paper, and she hands it to you, and she says, I don't know, maybe you know somebody up at Miskatonic that maybe could help identify this, but I don't know what it means or what it looks like. And you looking at this, it's a drawing of a Sonnenbrand and the Totenkopf skull and crossbones.
The Sonnenrod and
Like the black sun.
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
okay.
that's
cool.
she says, yeah, one of the skinheads had a tattoo that looked like this.
Yeah, Scott looks at that,
Yikes.
looks at her and says, and maybe for the first time in a long time, a shred of humanity digs through. He says, you girls are right to stay away from them. Keep your heads down. Do not engage with these types, okay?
Oh, we won't.
No, I'm telling you, if you see him again, you shut that door and you lock it and you don't come out until campus security tells you, okay? These men, if they're going around with stuff like this, they aren't just a bad look. They are dangerous, okay? I don't want you to get hurt.
Gail and the nameless research assistant look between each other with a look of concern, deep concern that begins to grow, and they look back to you, and Gail says, thank you, Dr. Macallan, thank you.
He nods to them both and says, well, ladies, if Dr. Clark shows up again, I'll be back in touch, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Yeah, and you're holding the drawing that she did for you, and
yeah, I fold that up, put it in my pocket.
Yeah,
along with unbeknownst to them, the poem.
Yeah. You walk back out, and Eddie, you're still standing there. No campus police have come by. You've just been keeping a dutiful eye out. This isn't really your scene, This is more of Scott's thing, and you two are back together now out in the hallway outside of Dr. Clark's office.
Yeah, and so as like, Eddie, walk and talk. Come on.
All right.
Yeah, Scott's gonna fish out the drawing from his pocket and unfolds like, you know what these are?
Eddie, you would not know what this is.
No.
Yeah, Scott's gonna fold his pocket. Two ladies in there said there's been neo-Nazis on campus, skinhead types, but recognized these two things on them as common tattoo motifs. Sonnenrad and Totenkopf. The Totenkopf, that's common enough. That's just your typical SS logo, but that Sonnenrad, that's some Heinrich Himmler shit. SS occultism.
Eddie, to you, that just means neo-Nazi mysticism and magic.
Eddie's just gonna spit on the floor in disgust. Alright, I'm gonna shoot some fucking Nazis then.
Yeah, well, I think maybe that's another point of agreement between us two, but we should get back to Reed and Haney. Let them know what we heard, and that this Clark lady, she's been missing for apparently the news of her disappearance is already spreading. They mentioned another name to me, this by the name of Mitchell Tius. Apparently he's something of a left-wing brand here on campus. They say he's an anarchist, which means he's he's a revisionist nobody, but he could be useful if he's been keeping tabs on these Nazis.
Okay, we should look into that. There wasn't anything suspicious in the office you could find? Or too busy with those students?
Nah, those girls were in there, and if I want to go back in and really toss a place, that'd be some B&E work. I'd probably need Reed along with you to back me up on that. Haney too, for that matter, as much as I hate to admit it.
Alright, we'll come back later.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Haney does have a pager. You remember that much from Kansas. Scott, give me an N times 5 roll minus 20% to see if you maybe remember that number from a year ago.
Ooh, okay. N times 5 minus 20. Scott's brain is big. Let's see if it's big enough. Failure, 85 over 65. That if I had not rolled with a negative 20, that would have been a crit. You motherfucker.
Yikes.
No. You try to rack your brain because you know that Harley Haney has a pager that you know you could call, but try as you might, you can't remember what his number was. Your brain is pretty huge, but not big enough in this case. And you have no idea if Reed has a pager or not. And I want to say Reed likely doesn't, given the nature of his job.
Fair. Honestly, I would have said he has one.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't keep it on him necessarily.
If anything. Or we could say you did, but would you be okay with you do, but you don't carry it on you and it's like back at the hotel?
I think that's fair, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you don't want to take a pager with you if you go to break into someone's home.
No. No, and you get caught.
But having it as a point of contact, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, what are you two going to do now?
I think we go to a payphone and we call him up and find somewhere to meet.
Call who up?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do we get in contact with them?
That's
Unless
true. I might have Haney's number.
Yeah, you know what?
You know what?
Eddie, I don't need to give you a penalty. I want you to roll to see if you remember Haney's number. Give me an N times 5, yeah.
Nice.
1750.
You remember Haney's pager number?
Hey, I remember Haney's number. Let me call him.
Yeah, Scott seems a little bit surprised at that, and for the briefest moment seems a little bit annoyed that you remembered and he didn't.
I guess he's just not that important to you, right?
So, you guys are heading back towards the Crown Victoria that Eddie had rented to get him here to Massachusetts. And there is a payphone on the way. It's like right outside of the language building. So if you wanted to give Harley Haney a call to notify him on his pager, you can do so.
We'll give him a ring.
Eddie, you pick up the payphone and you insert a quarter and you dial the number from memory. And Harley, you get a ring on your pager as you're sitting in the booth at Ray's.
Is Matthew in the booth right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is he gone here? Okay. Then Haney will look up to him and say, it looks like I'm getting a page. I'm gonna go out to the payphone you're just at, and I'll be back in a jiffy.
Oh, yeah, sure. Don't worry about it. You got enough quarters?
I should do. He'll head out.
Yep. Reed then just turns back to his food.
Which was a country fried steak, if I recall correctly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Haney, you get up and you walk out of the diner, and you walk down the little steps that are there and out to the side of the building where the payphone is. And you look down at your pager and you call the number. And over at Harvard, Eddie, you made the call, hung up, and you and Scott are standing there in the meantime, waiting on the phone to call back. And it does. However, Scott, across the walkway, 50 feet away from you, you see Dr. Alex O'Neill.
What the fuck?
Walking and talking with probably another colleague.
Yeah.
Any particular thoughts go through your mind upon seeing your former Berkeley colleague?
Several. First thought is, what the fuck is he doing here? Second thought is, this guy can't see me here. Like, if he sees me here, things could go bad very fast. Third thing is a very brief thought, but he feels the weight of his revolver tucked in the back of his pants in the clamshell holster. Just, that motherfucker never stuck his neck out quite enough. That thought quickly passes.
Yeah, and for our wonderful audience, his name has been brought up a few times. Dr. Alex O'Neill is one of Scott Macallan's bonds, which I believe is presently sitting at a 5.
That is correct.
So he's coming from the left side. It's like this sidewalk, a 4-way sidewalk, and he is coming from the left side and looks like he's just moving straight to the right. He doesn't notice you, but he's here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Scott, kind of realizing he hasn't clocked him yet, is going to turn to Eddie and whisper, "Hey, I'm going to take a quick walk. I'll be right back." And just kind of walk away from the payphone just to make sure that O'Neill will not see him at all.
I'll just sign you a thumbs up.
I'm going to make a luck roll real quick.
You son of a bitch.
You walk far enough away from the payphone to such a point where Alex O'Neill has crossed to the other side of this 4-way intersection and he's going to the right. So you're behind him, and that's when the payphone rings, Eddie. And Scott, you see Dr. O'Neill look over in the direction of the phone like an instinctual gesture, and the woman he's with looks over as well. But you're out of view. He doesn't know you're there.
Okay.
But as you are walking away from Eddie, Harley Haney's on the other end of the phone.
Hello?
Hey, it's Eddie. We're at Harvard right now.
How's it going? You making any friends, meeting some cute co-eds?
Not really. I'm,
Just remember this isn't a secure line, so...
Yeah, I don't think we got anything to, worry about, but, where you guys at right now?
Yeah, we're at Ray's right now, so if you just start driving, you'll find it.
Okay. Went to Clark's office. There was some, colleagues in there, students of us, something, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more in person.
But,
right? I mean,
yeah, let's,
y'all got on my behind for being a bit too late with phones, so let's just meet up and talk about it.
No, just let you know. Good OPSEC. I'll meet you there.
Alright, see you soon.
He'll click.
I'll hang up.
Eddie, it seems Harley's different from when you last saw him a year ago. He's learned some things. Takes you aback a little bit. Eddie, you see Scott walking on this sidewalk. Scott, are you following behind Dr. O'Neill and this woman?
I think he wouldn't necessarily be following them, but what he would do is he would definitely kind of keep tracking them, but not like actively, tailing behind them. No.
Okay.
Because I think at this point, Scott more than anything he is concerned about if O'Neill sees him here, that's going to bring up a lot of questions that he doesn't necessarily want to answer.
And a lot of mixed feelings on your part, most likely. So, are you not going to say anything to him? You're just going to let him go?
Why you gotta do this to me, man? Come on. I thought we were friends. Then a self-imposed willpower check. Succeed,
Okay.
If he succeeds, gonna swallow it down, just, focus on the mission.
Not say a damn thing.
Failure, he is gonna have a breaking will and perhaps go after O'Neill. And that is a failure, 86 over 60.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
This man, you know that this man could have stuck up for you when everything went down at Berkeley.
Mm-hmm.
You briefly think about tearing those weird leathery pages out of the book and eating them. You remember punching him in the face when he tried to stop you.
Oh, that's right.
But you only remembered that after the incident had occurred.
Yeah.
A lot of that was just a blur, and a lot of it only came to you in bits and pieces and fragments later on. This motherfucker could have done so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it to you, the great Dr. Scott Macallan. How dare he, right? Yeah, you pick up your pace. It quickens.